finished alongside Willinga Freefall, who came out to win at Eagle Farm. And then this guy was second at Canterbury, rode back, 6 lengths off the lead. And then he sort of swept around them. I thought very good for second there behind Burning Need. So everything looks good today. He just needs to run the distance. I've got 16 Dakuri because he can run the trip and should run it strongly. Man Behind the Money looked terrific in the yard. I thought, gee, that was an average run, but gee, you've got to give a good horse the benefit of the doubt on one occasion. And then Sneak Preview number 4, another one that gets a nice soft run in behind them, 14 on top of the 16.
Yeah, I think from the yard, Jumeirah Beach and Dakuri are the two sort of standouts. And I think of them, I'm leaning the way of the favourite. He just draws nice. Slightly nicer, and I don't really think he'll appreciate the 56 kilos today as well. And as usual, you know, Richard and Will, they generally pick the right races for these horses, and he did look fantastic.
Yes, he's about to move into line. He's got a good draw. I don't know whether we can see a shot here of where this start is. The 18-20. It's awkward. You can see there, Bernie, that's starting pretty much on a bend.
It does.
Yeah, so inside barriers are a distinct advantage.
Oh, absolutely. It's a bit like the mile at Doomben, really. Yeah. I mean, occasionally you see them win from out wide, but more often than not, it's those inside draws and probably inside 4 as well.
Yes, so dapper, and I think Cockabrew Express from out wide will stride forward and hopefully they'll string them out a bit so a few can slot in.
All right, last one loading. Here's Josh.
So light turned on. Barrier 4, the fave, all in race number 5 racing. And Jumeirah Beach away okay. Clyde always on show. Both began well and rolling forward as Man Behind the Money 3 wide. 4 wide Cocoa Brew Express and So Dapper 5 wide looping forward. Jumeirah Beach about 7th over on the outside, followed by Sneak Preview Dakuri 3 wide Fire King. And they're clear from Savvy Lad. Beckford's on the fence, and last of all, readily available. So Dapper's in front by a length and a half. Second, Cocoa Brew Express, and very keen third as Man Behind the Money, being passed by Always On Show on the rail. A length and a half to Clyde on the inside of Jumeirah Beach, and further back Sneak Preview. Also Dakuri, Fire King, and they're clear from Beckford. Savvy Lads on the outside, and still last of all, readily available. So Dapper's in front by a length here. Second, Cocoa Brew Express, and third's Always On Show. Fourth, the outside Man Behind the Money. Clyde fifth on the rail. Jumeirah Beach is 6 on the outside, about 5 lengths off the leader. 2.5 to Fire King. Sneak Preview, Dakuri between them. So Fire King 3 wide. 3 lengths Savvy Lad outside Beckford. A length and a half readily available. So Dapper still just in front. Second, Cocoa Brew Express. A length and a half away. Third's Always On Show on the inside of Man Behind the Money. Jumeirah Beach about to ease out 3 wide and go 4. Clyde's on the rail. Followed further back on the run then by Dakuri. Sneak Preview. Fire King. Readily available. Beckford. Savvy Lad inside the 450. Cocoa Brew Express. Here's limbing up now. Man Behind the Money. Gone So Dapper. Driving through Sneak Preview the inside. Jumeirah Beach is down the outside, but Sneak Preview shot the gap and hit the lead. It's in front, trying to rally back. Man Behind the Money. Jumeirah Beach on the outside. Clyde runs home, but Sneak Preview's well clear near the line. Great ride here from CJ Graham. Sneak Preview by 2. Second to Clyde, who ran home well. Third, Man Behind the Money, followed by Jumeirah Beach, Beckford. Further back was Cocoa Brew Express and readily available. Then Dakuri, Always On Show, Savvy Lad, So Dapper, and Fire King.
Sneaking in behind with a good barrier draw today, slightly back in distance. Sneak Preview getting up on the inside and has been too strong. Once he'd hit the lead, they would never have chance of running him down. Although Clyde did well, he was coming home strongly. A good performance by Man Behind the Money under the big weight, and Jumeirah Beach seemed to have his chance there. But Sneak Preview, trained by David Van Dyke, ridden by CJ Graham, has won pretty comfortably. They really did string out, didn't they, in that race? Clyde was good, maybe next time for him, but it was all about one horse and one horse only in Sneak Preview. So as we have a look, he's way back third last on the rails, Bernie, turning into the straight. Again, they're giving themselves plenty of room here at Eagle Farm, and the smarty was CJ Graham.
Well, David Van Dyke joins us to chat now. David, you did give CJ the instructions to be up there, but let's face it, things change out there, don't they?
Well, they certainly do. I thought she'd be up on the pace. I said, give him a good dig out. He missed the start a bit. He's back in front of 3 horses, and I turned to Vander and said, well, he can't win this. I'm glad he didn't hear me. They turned for home and whoosh go.
And as we so often see here at Eagle Farm, just sort of everybody getting off the fence.
Yeah, getting off the fence. She took advantage of that. And, you know, he's coming back from an open quality, ran 4th there. It was a good run, back to a 78. Did no work. And, too good. But he was in a very good headspace today, that horse. I saw him in the enclosure. He was on his toes and ready to perform.
Ready to rumble. And let's face it, inside barrier 4 is just worth so much here in this 1800. As far as results are concerned, we see it time and time again, don't we?
Oh, statistically, it's ideal, and they took advantage of that. Back on the fence, no work, and that's it.
It's perfect. Good on you, Dave.
Thank you.
There he is, winning trainer David Van Dyke. Sneak preview. He's just an absolute little ripper, isn't he? 4 beats 9, 1 and 14. Home in 34.51, and he's come from 3rd last as well. So this track is just in fantastic order. Let's head to Wyong.
Followed by Vinco, and they're clear from the Vowels and Love Tap. And wider out is Acquitted, followed by Without Revenge and Jetty. And also Knowing a Deal down there as well. So Love Tap, the Vowels, and Knowing a Deal, Without Revenge and Jetty, followed by Acquitted. And Trevelyan's on the rails, and they're followed by Vinco and Binding. And one more, Tazarel. So Tazarel leading Binding, 3rd Vinco. And Acquitted going down, Without Revenge and Jetty, followed further back by Knowing a Deal and Trevelyan.
He does drop 4 kilos. He's been carrying the grandstand Love Tap. He won't know himself today. And usually, once he finds form, he holds it. So, yes.
Trevelyan's won 5 races here. Chris Maher and Malia Castle.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit older. He showed us last start that he still got it. But this is probably a little bit rich.
Jetty is on the 7-day backup. Chris Muntz and Robbie Dolan.
He just loves Eagle Farm, this guy. No matter what race Chris puts him in, they ride him back, they ride him forward. He always runs well here.
All right. Tazaral will be number 7 from the Peter and Paul Snowden stable. Ben Thompson.
He's got the right form to win this for sure. And I thought his first up run in the Festival Group 3 at Rosehill, very good. He was back in the field, in a bit of traffic at the top of the straight, but once fully clear, he worked to the line as well as anything in that race. He just needs to have had the travel well up here, up the highway. I'm tipping he's going to be hard to beat.
Without Revenge is number 8. He goes up in the weights today. Corey and Kylie Gear and Kyle Wilson Taylor.
He's got plenty of strength about him, though, and his last 2 runs have been very good, and he could possibly lead here. If not, he'll be in the first 2 or 3, and that could be a bit of an advantage.
All right, Noah and the deal is 9. I believe a change of trainership. So still a question mark on that. I might have to find that out. Martin Harley.
Yeah, she hasn't raced since the Matriarch Stakes at Flemington. She'd been in and scratched recently. Just not sure how she's going at the moment.
Binding is 11. Lee Friedman and Sammy Collett.
Yep, real step up in grade for Binding, but she could provide, some of the speed up on the pace here, but just might be a bit tough.
All right, Acquitted $2.05 out to $2.40. The Vows $4.20 into $3.50. A good move for him, as there is Tazaral, who's been $5.50 into $4.40, and Maxi Noah and a deal in everybody's form guides would be saying Les Kelly.
But it's G. Doughty.
It's Gary Doughty. So this horse moved stables yesterday or last night.
A bit quick.
I thought there was a rule that the horse had to be in the stable. There used to be anyway, years ago. Obviously, maybe it's
Well, once the fields are published.
Provocative. Well, what if the horse, you just might need it to be in you? I thought the rule was 1 day, but obviously it's not.
No, anyway, so Gary Doughty is the new trainer of Knowing a Deal. I've just been admiring Acquitted standing over there under Jimmy Ormond. He's just a beautiful horse. He's been a bit easy, 205 to 250, because they say today's the day for the Vowels. It's the one being very heavily backed, but I can't go past this guy. He was so good at Doomben. And he looks the part again. Acquitted to beat number 7, Tazarel, then 8 Without Revenge, and number 4, Love Tap.
Alrighty. Yeah, I made him my best bet of the day, Acquitted, so I was happy to see him looking in tip-top order, and I just think he's so well in at the weights here today with 57 kilos, given he carried the 59.5 last time out, and his record here is 1 for 1. So he's looking great. In saying that, I also love the parade of Love Tap. The Vowels is looking good. And I thought for Jetty on a 7-day backup, who can get really messy in the yard, he was quite good.
And he's been jumping well too. He's
Yeah.
had a bit of a history of missing the kick, but he's been going well, Jetty. So, it's a good race, this, the Burnborough Plate. And, the market has got it down to 3 principal chances. Clearly, all 3 of them, Bernie, have been very well supported here. Acquitted, the Vowels, and Tazarel. So, punters have got this right down to a 3-horser.
All right, 3 left to load after Tazarel goes in. So here's Josh for the call of the Burnborough.
5 here. Boxing Day racing going to Sunshine Coast. And also Warwick racing Boxing Day. Hopefully the weather will be kind. Forecast tomorrow is not great though. Leading into Christmas Day, Boxing Day. And the carnival here will go back to Doomben next week, and then, of course, to the Gold Coast after that. So Jetty to go forward and complete the line here for the running of the Burnborough. Favourite drawn out, a bit Acquitted. Drifted late in the market here. Now, Jetty going in, and the field right for the Burnborough. Light now turned on. All in at the mile, they're racing, binding away brilliantly. Acquitted's going forward. Handy is also Without Revenge. Tazarel's out wider. The Vowels and Love Tap's out 3 wide. Jetty's on the fence as Tazarel goes back, passed by Noah Adil, Vinco, and Trevelyan's last of all. In front, binding. Second is Without Revenge, and working up into third is Love Tap, followed by Jetty on the inside of Acquitted. Favourite spotted 5th, a length and a half to Noah Adil, followed further back by the Vowels. Vinco, Trevelyan, and Tazarel's gone right back to the tail now, a length and a half away. So Binding's in front by a length here. Second, Without Revenge, and third, the inside Jetty. No luck for Love Tap, out 3 wide around Acquitted. A length and a half to Noah Adil. 3 further back to the Vowels. 1 to Vinco, followed by Trevelyan, and Tazarel's a length and a half away. 7.50 left to run. Binding's in front by a length and a half. Second, Without Revenge. Third, Jetty. Fourth on the outside, Love Tap has had no luck. 3 wide. Acquitted 5th between them. They're clear from Noah Adil. Further back to the Vowels, scrubbed along about 6 or 7 off the leader, and they're well clear by 5 lengths from Vinco, Tazarel, and Trevelyan at the 4.50. In front, Binding. Second, Without Revenge. Love Tap has been wide. Acquitted trying to come through between them. Jetty the inside. Running home as the Vowels down the outside. Binding's in front. Second now coming through Acquitted. Passing Without Revenge between them. And the Vowels runs home further back to Jetty, but Acquitted has kicked away now. 2 lengths in front. It's all Acquitted with 100 metres left to go. Coming right away in the Burnborough. And Acquitted brilliant. Second, Without Revenge at nose ahead of the Vowels, followed by Binding, and then Tazarel, Love Tap, Jetty, followed by Noah Adil, Trevelyan, and the last one, Vinco. Oh, Acquitted, what a brilliant win when he got the run. He was held up a bit, Jimmy, but he got out and he darted through, and that was all over in the blink of an eye when he shot the gap, raced away to win. Without Revenge will hold second, a lip ahead of the Vowels, and Binding back in fourth ahead of Tazarel. But it's all Acquitted. Brilliant winner of the Burnborough, number 1, Jimmy Orman for Chris Layers and the Australian Bloodstock crew. Another good run from Without Revenge. He wouldn't know how to run a bad one. Over the odds again, he runs second ahead of the Vowels, and Binding should be back in fourth. So 1, 8, 3, 11, and Tazarel will be 5th, number 7. That's looking like the outcome, but Acquitted all too good. Was a little bit held up there behind Love Tap and Without Revenge. He waited, Jimmy, lent on that left rein, and then he got out. He's out now. He pushes Love Tap out of the way, and then bang, it was all over.
Comprehensive win.
They get over there, don't they?
Yeah, it was just fantastic, Maxie, and that's his first win on a good track. But he probably should have won the June Stakes, Mel, because you called it, whipped up and put him in a pocket.
Yeah, fancy a stablemate doing that to you.
Very nasty.
Yes. No, he's a good horse. He's a good, honest horse, this bloke, and he's just the complete deal. He does everything right. He's push button, and Chris was on his work the other morning. He had the E-tracker on. I said, he got all the feedback, and he said, perfect recovery, his times, everything was perfect. He said, I can't see him getting beat, and he was spot on.
How many people are using these e-trackers these days, do you reckon?
Most of them. Kira Mar's big on them, and all the big stables, and they're not the complete guide, but they just tell you where you're at with them and how their recovery is, their stride length, if anything's changed with their action, and Chris is very good at reading things like that, and they're a great training aid. Yeah. Great training aid, but he'll go home now he'll go home for a break and get ready for the autumn.
Yeah. Why not? He's a very handy horse. Well done.
Thanks, Bern.
Thank you for the Saturday Metro winner. Light on, all in, race number 10, 1400. We're right now racing. Renoof away well, likewise couldn't refuse, and handy there is Animate. Regal Pom going forward. Renoof now drifting back. Willinga Freefall's out 3 and 4 wide, pressing on. Handy is, but trapped out there now. The race favourite Freedom Rally, followed by Light of Boom. Star Virgo's out wider. Go Wanji on the rail. Renoof's only got 4 behind her. They include Star Virgo, Gave Us Up, Tony B, and Flash R. So in front's Regal Pom, second Freedom Rally, third Willinga Freefall, couldn't refuse in fourth, and 50 outside Animate. Light of Boom, Go Wanji on the rail, stuck with you 3 wide. Renoof is further back, and then Star Virgo, Gave Us Up, Tony B, Flash R. Regal Pom's in front, second Freedom Rally, 2 lengths away third. Willinga Freefall on the outside of Couldn't Refuse, and further back to Animate at the 550. Stuck with you's been wide. Go Wanji's away from the rails, and further back to Gave Us Up and Star Virgo at the 450. Regal Pom's in front, second Freedom Rally, a length and a half away third. Willinga Freefall, Couldn't Refuse. Animate on the outside, and Go Wanji's into the clear, revving up at still 6 off the leader. It's now Freedom Rally looming up on the outside of Regal Pom. Third is Willinga Freefall. Freedom Rally looking the goods, 2 lengths in front, trying hard. Willinga Freefall, but it's all Freedom Rally, and Freedom Rally's won from Willinga Freefall, and third might be sneaking through Light of Boom, a lip ahead of Animate, Go Wanji, Regal Pom, followed by Tony B, Flash R, Renewed Star Virgo. Couldn't Refuse, Stuck With You, Gave Us Up at the rear. So Freedom Rally too good. Freedom Rally too good, number 12. Ben Thompson for Tony Gollan, 4 for Tony today. And Jump the favourite, 330 on the OP. Dashing away to win at number 12. Freedom Rally has won the last race of the day. And how many is that for Ben Thompson? At least 2. Is it maybe more?